Hello and welcome to Newsroom series on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Today our focus is on the North Central region. But first, our top stories. The community of the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, Osun State, is mourning the death of a Part 2 student in the Faculty of Dentistry. The Public Relations Officer of the university, Mr. Abiodun Olarewaju, confirmed that the student, identified as Ajibola Ibitayo, allegedly took his own life after learning that the results of the last semester examinations released yesterday are required him to repeat Part 2 for another academic year. The student is already repeating Part 2 during the current session. Reports say that the student, whose father is a medical doctor, injected himself at his parents' home in Ejigbo of Osun State. The Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamire, expressed sadness and concern, appealing to parents and guardians to keep teaching their children and wards that temporary setbacks in the journey to success are normal and not the end of life. Professor Bamire also asked students and young people to keep seeing failure as a chance to redirect their efforts towards success and greater achievements. He prays that God Almighty keeps and grant the parents, family, the faculty, the College of Health Sciences and the entire university community the strength to bear the painful loss. Police officers from the Eneka police station in Port Harcourt, River State, have arrested a pastor, Ifediora Joseph, and 2 other people for alleged child abuse. The arrest follows the publishing of a viral video appearing to show some children being whipped in a compound in what is believed to be a religious cleansing ceremony. The children's parents who came voluntarily to the police station explained they were unaware of, or they are aware rather, of the situation and approved of it. Some of the church members can even be seen at the police premises singing and dancing. The president of the Niger Bar Association, NBA, Afam Osigwe, reveals that the legal profession is committed to integrity and taking stronger action to fight financial crimes. The senior advocate of Nigeria admits that a few lawyers may have acted wrongly, but stresses that they do not represent the entire profession. His views were expressed this morning during our breakfast program, Sunrise Daily. Mr. Osigwe also calls for joint efforts to end corruption, curb financial crimes, and help build the country's image.
Some bad eggs amongst them, but that does not represent the large majority of lawyers. And like most Nigerians, there are many bad eggs amongst us whom we need to discipline and weed out to engender confidence in the people. And we are working with all relevant agencies, FIU, EFCC, ICPC, to see the best we can do to ensure that there is integrity in our profession and that lawyers are part of the global fight against money laundering, against terrorism financing, and other financial crimes. But it would be taking it too far to suggest that lawyers are behind it or lawyers are responsible for it. We know that some lawyers may have wrongly used their professional knowledge and experience to aid some of these activities, but that does not represent the face of the legal profession in Nigeria. And we have a big battle to fight in Nigeria to rid our society of corruption, financial crimes, economic crimes, and other criminalities that affect people's perception of Nigeria. We need to all join hands in this. We should go beyond blaming people, name calling, and get to the root causes of these problems and tackle them with every hand being on deck to ensure that we build a kind of society we'll be proud of, that other persons would want to deal with or do business and or even live in or go for holiday.
The Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule has visited the Keffi Correctional Center, where 16 inmates reportedly breached the security and escaped. Governor Sule noted that the visit was to understand the reasons behind the Tuesday early morning incident and how his administration can avoid a recurrence. He disclosed that most of the inmates at the Keffi facility are awaiting trials in courts residing within the FCT and not that of the state.
From what you saw in the news, it is confirmed that there was a jailbreak of 16 inmates actually escaped, but they were able to get 7 of them back. So far, 9 of them are still at large, and there was no fatality, but they actually injured some of the correctional center officials, and those ones are receiving treatment. I came to realize, number one, that majority of the inmates here are actually those awaiting trial at the courts at FCT. They are not awaiting trials at our courts here in the state. And I saw the condition that some of them are staying is not conducive. You know, a lot of them are actually sitting in one place and uncompacted on the floor. And I decided that today, the state government will actually go and buy the number of mattresses for all the inmates that have no mattresses so that they can get mattresses at least to have a place to sleep. So that is a decision that we have taken. I also spoke with them about their feeding. From all indication, there is no much problem about feeding. But in fact, some of the inmates answered directly that there are no problems with their feeding arrangement. You know, the name has been changed from prison to correctional center. So it is not a place where you are punishing people in prison without teaching them something that they can learn to come out from.
The Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund, TISSF, is not just a welfare package program, but a strategic empowerment platform which is designed to give academic and non-academic staff the financial stability they need to serve students with renewed dedication and to live with dignity and pride. That's according to the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, during the launch of TISSF in the nation's capital this morning. Now, the minister further explains that TISSF is an integral part of President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope reform agenda for education, which places people as the greatest asset of transforming the education sector and growing our economy.
This program is not just a welfare program. It is a strategic empowerment platform designed to give our academic and non-academic staff the financial stability they need to serve our students with renewed dedication and to live with dignity and pride. It is a 0% interest loan scheme with a 12-month payment moratorium aimed at enhancing welfare, supporting career development, and promoting financial independence for staff in Nigerian tertiary institutions. 2 tips: the Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund. Beneficiaries will have access to financing medical support, surgeries, emergency care, and even pay for their medications. Also, to provide academic support, academic advancement, professional certifications, capacity building programs. The applicants must have at least 5 years before retirement. Each eligible staff member can access up to 10 million naira, subject to a cap of 33.3% of their gross annual income. As I said, the loans are interest-free, repayable over 5 years with 12 months moratorium before repayment begins. Please ensure you maintain the highest level of transparency. And if we get any indication that problems are being created for the potential beneficiaries of this program, and we investigate and we find out that issues are happening, there will be consequences.
Governor Umaru Bago has inaugurated a 5-kilometer township road in Serkim Pawa, Munya local government area of Niger State. Now, the 5-kilometer road is among the 556 kilometers of road construction embarked on by his administration. The governor explained that the commencement and completion of the projects are a testament to his administration's unwavering commitment to infrastructural development in Niger State. He assured the people of Munya that more dividends of democracy will be delivered to them, while calling on them to come out en masse to vote for the All Progressives Congress candidate in the State Assembly by-election this Saturday.
In this zone, this is the first road we are commissioning. If you remember, we had commissioned one in Makwa, like 6 months ago, and this is the second one we are doing here. And it's going to be every month from now until 2027, when we're going to start new other projects. As we are commissioning, we'll be doing groundbreaking. We have just commissioned 5 kilometers here. We are going to commission Devt to Kuta Road now, groundbreaking. And when we finish that, we're going to do this one that links to Kuta, so that Sokin Power and Mungan local government will be connected to the world. And we want to thank the President, Commander-in-Chief, and all the armed forces, the Air Force, the Army, the Police, the DSS, Civil Defense. They've been marvelous. Before today, it would be very hard for you to come here. But with their commitment, Sokin Power now is a new heaven. You can see people are back to their homes, no more IDPs here, and their businesses is already flourishing, and schools have opened. So we thank the security agents.
Over 500 livestock farmers across 18 wards in Ifelodun local government area of Kwara State are receiving training in goat fattening and feed production. The initiative, organized by the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project LPRES in collaboration with the Kwara State government, is aimed at reducing clashes between farmers and herders and improved livelihoods in the area.
Goat rearing for commercial purposes is gaining popularity in Kwara State and Ifelodun local government area as the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, LPRES, is repositioning itself as an active player. Inside this hall, 500 beneficiaries are learning skills to build sustainable businesses in goat farming and feed production. The chairman of Ifelodun local government area, Femi Yusuf, noted that the program will create ready-made jobs for the community and help farmers save costs on animal feed.
Success of this program will impact directly on the lives of our people in the local government. We want to appreciate the Kwara State Governor, Malam Abdraman Abrazak, for partnering with the World Bank to create Kwara LPRES, who have been beneficial to the people of Kwara State. The federal local government now wants to take advantage of this and make sure that that benefit permits to the grassroots.
Earlier, the state project coordinator for LPRES, Mr. Olusoji Oyawoye, encourages young people to embrace agriculture as a path to self-reliance.
All what we have done around us is food for animals. They will teach us today. So I want to encourage everybody that you can actually leave an inheritance for your children's children. Give your son 20 goats. Your son 50 goats is better than giving them cash.
Representing the Deputy Governor, a member of the Kwara State House of Assembly from Omukpo constituency, Ganiyu Afolabi, explained that the training focused on how farmers can produce animal feed from waste.
To stop this devastating effect of others invade farms is the introduction of this LPRES.
The local government authority is also working with stakeholders to provide water and other incentives for the rural community.
When we come back on Newsroom series, Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia pledges support for President Bola Tinubu's economic plan. Please stay with us. Welcome back. We're in Benue State now, where Governor Hyacinth Alia has pledged full support for President Bola Tinubu's economic recovery and growth plan, which received positive global attention and even from international media. Now, the governor insists his administration is investing in key infrastructure and industrialization to help complement the president's vision. Infrastructure like roads serve as a major performance indicator in measuring how government is impacting urban renewal and development. Benue State is not left out, and Governor Hyacinth Alia has completed over 20 new roads in the last 2 years. The project included the first ever Benue underpass flyover, which is now 98% completed. This development prompted some women from the Ikpusu subgroup within the Tiv ethnic nationality to visit the governor in solidarity. Their presentation, delivered entirely in Tiv language, is reflecting their traditional culture. They also dressed the governor in Tiv attire and spoke on the essence of their visit. The leader of the Ikpusu women and the APC women leader in the state also give their reaction as far as the governor's achievements are concerned.
Yeah, I'm very satisfied. Was I seeing flyover anywhere in Benue State before? Are the civil servants crying again about salary? No. Too many to count. And then we talked about the women. The first governor to appoint a female as the SSG of his state.
I sincerely want to appreciate the good women of PISU worldwide for them to be here in Government House, Benue State this evening. They are here to tell their son ahead. They stand with him, they are with him 24 hours because he is doing the needful. So they come to tell him that 4 + 4, 8. It should go on.
Governor Ali approved the truckload of rice seedlings and fertilizers to support their farming activities. He explains that investment in key infrastructure will complement President Bola Tinubu's economic recovery and growth plan.
We are doing the road infrastructure. We are very heavy on healthcare system. We are out there, refixing all our hospitals and the clinics, and then the schools. We were quite on steroids on doing these works. And then we're also doing some new works, some new industries, the fruit industry, the beer industry. If you have a data of these two, then you know that we're right on track.
This visit marked the first time the immediate sub-tribe of the governor within the Tiv ethnic group is showing their support in order for him to deliver the dividends of democracy to Benue State. Youth in Kogi State are pledging to take advantage of the opportunities and technology to become agents of transformative change in the state and beyond. They are making this known in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital, during the 2025 International Youth Day celebration. They say the present administration of President Bola Tinubu is providing a better platform for them to showcase their potential and contribute meaningfully to the growth of their state and the nation.
Youth in Kogi State are joining other Nigerians to mark this year's International Youth Day with the theme, Youth Advancing Multilateral Cooperation Through Technology and Partnership. The event, which held at the Glass Hall of the Government House, Lokoja, brings together youth from the 21 local government areas of the state. In his opening remark, the Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Mr. Monday Anyebe, asked the youth to work together by using technology and partnership not just as tools, but as the foundation for a brighter future.
Youth are building bridges among diverse communities, organizations, governments, fostering dialogue and cooperation that transcend borders. As we celebrate this day, we commit to harnessing technology for greater good and ensuring its benefits reach all corners of society. Fostering partnerships that promote mutual understanding, respect, and cooperation among nations and communities.
The Commissioner for Water Resources stresses that agriculture has the capacity to engage millions of youth by making them self-reliant and improve their lives.
I would like to enjoin the youth of Kogi State to utilize the opportunities, especially the 2 platforms being provided by government to develop yourselves. Number 1, in the agricultural value chain. Secondly, we have the science and technological hub that is under development, that is being produced. Please, we urge the youth of Kogi State to make good use of these 2 self-effacing platforms to develop ourselves for the future.
The resource person for the forum is a senior lecturer in the Department of Computer Science at Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja, who expresses confidence in the determination of Nigerian youth to overcome current challenges.
Technology is a platform for cooperation. It's possible for people that are not in the same location to start working on a particular project, just using tech platform, and it will just be as if we are sitting and talking to ourselves or working as a team under the same roof, but then virtually connected.
The program also featured a panel discussion where young entrepreneurs, academics, and political appointees shared ideas on scaling local innovations to meet global development goals.
The future is today. They start leading today. We need to start.
As the Youth Day celebration comes to a close, the youth are promising to be hardworking, shun negative vices, and remain proactive in all they do.
In a renewed effort to combat the rising burden of malnutrition across Niger, the Plateau State government has inaugurated its State Council on Nutrition and officially launched the Nutrition 774 initiative, a grassroots-focused strategy initiated by the federal government to address the country's nutrition crisis. The event held in Jos marks a significant milestone in the national drive to strengthen nutrition governance, improve food systems, and ensure that vulnerable populations, particularly children under the age of 5, have access to adequate nutrition.
As chairman of this committee, we have taken a further step. We have stepped down this committee to be a local government legislative council. We have summoned meeting of the leaders of the legislative councils, and we've given them marching orders to go and inaugurate some committee within the legislative council. That we have already done. My secretary confirmed to me that we have sent a list of the committees.
Your Excellency, we are here for one reason and one reason alone: to introduce to you this initiative that touches on the nerves of our society, which is also very, very dear to Mr. President, and that is the Nutrition 774 initiative. Malnutrition is Nigeria's most silent killer. It doesn't scream like gunfire, it doesn't trend on social media, yet it slowly kills more dreams than conflict ever will.
A national orientation agency, the NOA, has announced plans to commence a 2-week civic engagement drive across the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. The Director General of the agency, Mr. Larry Issa Onilu, who announced the plans at the news conference in Abuja, explains that the campaign focuses on national reawakening and patriotism with thematic areas such as government policies, flood mitigation, and national security awareness, amongst others.
We have written virtually all government institutions in Nigeria, including the governors, the ministers, the members of the National Assembly, spelling out the specifics when it comes to how to treat and handle the national flag and other national symbols. When you see the national flag and then containing the coat of arms, once you add anything to the national flag, it is no longer the Nigerian flag. If it is beautiful enough, when you embroider it, or put lace or anything around it, or insert coat of arms on it, it is no longer the Nigerian flag. We all know that the Nigerian flag's color are green and white. So it is green, white, green. So there's a color code for even the green, and that is Emerald 2.0. That is the color code of the green. And there are other issues to the flag. For instance, no other flag must be taller than the Nigerian flag within the Nigerian territory. When your flag has, spent enough time flying and is due for retirement, we should flag it down, remove it, and hand it over to the nearest National Orientation Agency office.
And the federal government has fixed the year 2030 for the production of 10 million tons of liquid steel and the creation of over 500,000 jobs from the steel sector. This was disclosed by President Bola Tinubu at the maiden edition of the National Steel Summit in Abuja. According to the president, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, the vast potential the steel industry holds cannot be overlooked, and as such, the federal government is now committed to making the steel sector the backbone of Nigeria's industrial future. Our correspondent Kumbi Abuluade reports.
Nigeria's steel sector and its potentials is the focus of this summit, which has in attendance the Vice President of Nigeria and other members of the Federal Executive Council, lawmakers, key industry players, among other critical stakeholders. The summit kicked off with the highlight of its essence.
This auspicious occasion has assembled key stakeholders to apprise the current status of the industry, explore investment opportunities, identify policy and infrastructure gaps, and come up with consensus recommendations as a way forward for the rejuvenation and sustainable development of Nigeria's steel industry.
Speaking on the theme, Rebuilding and Consolidating Nigeria's Steel Industry, Collaborative Action for Sustainable Growth and Global Competitiveness, some invited guests prefer recommendations for reviving the moribund steel sector.
Ajokuta is a limited liability company, I was told. Unfortunately, the share capital of Ajokuta to date is 500,000 naira for trillions of naira investment. There should be corporate governance for Ajokuta.
There's no infrastructural development, no defense capability, no manufacturing expansion can be achieved without a robust domestic steel industry. Therefore, this summit is really not just for exchanging of ideas. We must strive to build a future where our country's natural wealth is no longer a statistic in somebody else's report.
Steel is extracted from iron ore, which is a natural resource believed to be over 3 billion metric tons deposit in states such as Kogi, Enugu, Niger, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, according to the Nigeria High Commission in Ottawa. Sadly, Nigeria spends $4 billion annually to import steel products. With the vast potential of the steel sector, President Bola Tinubu, who is represented by his vice, Kashim Shettima, speaks on some ongoing efforts to revitalize the sector while pledging government's commitment to ensure tangible achievements.
Our journey is not limited to old dreams. We are building new pillars. We have launched the construction of 5 mini LNG plants in Ajaokuta. These are valued at over $500 million. We are determined to make the steel industry the backbone of Nigeria's industrial future. By the year 2030, we aim to produce 10 million tons of liquid steel. We aim to create over 500,000 direct and indirect jobs.
An array of challenges have been reeled out here today, likewise some actionable solutions. Hopefully these are implemented in order to ensure that the steel sector becomes a major contributor to Nigeria's GDP. From the nation's capital, Kumbi Aboluade, Channels Television News.
And that's Newsroom series. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balu.